So I've had what I consider to be two close encounters in Vermont during my time of sleeping out by myself. The first was on June 24th, 2008, when I was camping on the edge of a ravine, and about 10:30 at night I started hearing sounds, various stick breaks and thumping. The microphone was next to me, and I think that the thumping and the stick breaking sounds were coming from maybe 50 feet away. This is the audio from that first night.
I hear you over there. Say something.
At that time, I didn't have a thermal camera or any way to see what was making the thumping sounds short of turning on a handheld spotlight, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to alienate whatever was trusting me enough to come close. About 15 months later, on September 15th of 2009, I was sleeping on a mountainside 11 miles away from that first incident, and I was snoring. The audio picks up my snoring, and then it picks up some other sounds. At 10:17, there is this sharp crack, which seems to have been produced by pushing on the tree that will come up a little later. 29 seconds after this, there's a thump on the ground that reminds me of what I heard 15 months earlier. Followed immediately by the same kind of stick snapping that I had heard at the other location. And then 6 seconds after that, at 10:22 p.m., 5 minutes after the first snap, I wake up to the sound of the tree being pushed on in earnest.
Whoa.
I knew it was really close, but I couldn't see how close because it was one of those moonless nights and there was still a good leaf canopy over me, so I couldn't see my hand at the end of my arm. This tree, it turned out when I woke up the next morning and I could see, fell just 6.5 feet from my body, exactly parallel to my body. If it had come across me, it really could have done a damage because it was about 11 inches in diameter. And very heavy. I think whatever it was that pushed the tree over was trying to get a rise out of me earlier and had been pushing at the tree and snapping twigs and thumping on the ground, trying to wake me up. And when that didn't work, it escalated until finally it pushed the tree down next to me, and that certainly did the trick. After this happened, I scanned around with my thermal camera, and one can see what appears to be a figure stock still on its hands and knees. It's a sort of camera that doesn't have an eyepiece, so I just was blindly scanning with it and reviewed the footage later. If I had been smarter, I would have recognized that whatever pushed the tree down could be still around and would have pushed the situation further to try to get footage of it moving. But after scanning for a minute or two, I just lay back down and went to sleep. Might sound strange, but that's what happened. Even after such a dramatic event, it just goes to show you that no matter how deeply into Sasquatch research you are, you can still be deceived by a kind of basic level of doubt that this could actually be going on, and denial. And that's what prevented me that night from having a fuller encounter.